This is a PokePress Special Report. Hi, I'm Stephen Reich here at Pegasus Games in Madison, Wisconsin, at one of the Pokemon trading card game, Legendary Treasures pre-releases. I'm here with Ryan Grant, who is one of the participants in the Masters Division of today's pre-release, and we've picked out a couple cards. Most of the cards in this set are reprints of earlier sets cards, but we're still going to go through with them. So the first one he picked out is Keldeo Ex, which obviously been very popular in the Blastoise Keldeo deck, and you see it sometimes in other things as sort of a way to switch out your active Pokemon because it's got that rush-in ability. Where do you see this card, this reprint, and that deck going on in the future?
Well, I see that it'll still be used in decks to get around status conditions and a way to retreat easily for free and just get around stuff like that. And it'll still be used in Blastoise Keldeo decks as a nice attacker that can build up a lot of damage and retreat those heavy cost Black Kyrems and Blastoise.
Yeah, I definitely expect to see it out there, and because especially since one of the other cards that did get reprinted here is the Gothitelle for the Excelgor deck. Next one, you picked out another reprint. This one, Keldeo was part of a tin not too long ago, but Mew Ex is a little bit harder to find. It's got some new art. It's got that versatile ability that lets it use other attacks in play. Where do you think it fits into the metagame?
Well, right now it's hard to say if it really will. I mean, with the new cards that may come out, that could add new interesting possibilities, but the low HP has always given it a bit of a tough time to play. But, I mean, it worked very well with Gothitelle Excelgor because it shuffled back in, but with the popularity of Virizion decks rising, and that slowly hinders its playability because you can't affect it with the status condition. But I did think it was really cool that we got the alternate artwork for it that Japan got, and they brought those over here.
Yeah, definitely the artwork in this set is really good. We'll get into that in a second. There's a specific example coming up. So the next card you've picked out it's from the original Black and White set. It's Emboar. And, water's been very popular these days, but, it seems like grass is, with Virizion is kind of making a comeback. Where do you see this one fitting in?
Well, I think that even though people always like to kind of make jokes about Raybor and stuff, but I think with Catcher being errata and being a coin flip, that the deck has a lot of possibilities. I mean, it does basically the same thing that Blastoise Keldeo does, and you don't have the Keldeo attacker, but you have the Rayquaza EX that can one-shot anything, and you use Infernal Fandango instead of Deluge to power it up. You can use Superior Energy Retrieval. And without being able to catch those Emboars, I mean, that's really nice. I mean, I can't be knocked out as easy then. And its attack isn't as good as Blastoise, but you won't need it. And also Rayquaza is a 1 retreat cost instead of Black Kyrem's heavy 3, so I think it has some potential with Catcher being gone.
Yeah, it's technically not gone, but it's certainly far diminished from what it has been in the last couple formats with the change. One thing I wanted to note about Emboar, if you put it together with the Pignite and the Tepig, it actually makes a series of family photographs taken over time, and that's one thing I really like about this set is the art. So there's one more card. It's a trainer card. It was rotated out just a couple months ago with the new format, but now it's back. It's Energy Switch. Darkrai is always a common target. What else do you think? First of all, what is this going to mean for Darkrai decks? And because there are several variants, and then what's going to happen with maybe some other decks that might be able to use this?
Well, for Darkrai, it gives it back its flexibility of just being able to pull quick attacks out of nowhere when you have those energies on those Sableyes that you were using before and that you don't need anymore, or even if you don't at the moment don't think you'll need Keldeo and you use it to rush in and retreat, you can energy switch off that. But what I do like about energy switch is it can be put into a lot of good decks. I mean, right now, Virizion Genesect is already a good deck, but I think energy switch just makes it incredibly better. And you can just energy switch, power up a new Genesect out of nowhere, and just add those up. And if you're gonna G booster, you can just give it extra energy quick, and use that. And also, energy switch brings back one of my favorite decks, Ho-Oh. And with this format, the way everything's been going, I think Ho-Oh can do pretty well. It's just the versatility of all the attackers you can put in, all we have right now, all the non-EX attackers too. It's just looking for a really cool format, and energy switch just makes a lot of decks a lot better.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. This has been Stephen Reich from Pegasus Games in Madison, Wisconsin, at one of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Legendary Treasures pre-releases. This has been a PokePress Special Report.